Hello, everyone. It is me, Taekwon Joe. Now, I was going to make this video a while ago, and I wanted this to be a kill two birds with one stone kind of video, where I would show you all what I've been doing, usually when I'm not making the movie, although in the past week I haven't been working on this world as much, but in the previous week, like just after I finished the Season 3 finale, I was mostly working on this Minecraft world. But basically, this is going to be a bit of a more of a slice of life sort of video, but at the same time, I am also going to be showing you my world and also talking about my plans for the movie without spoiling too much. Yeah, Minecraft, what the fuck? It's not your job to be political, that's my job. Stand up for equality in your community! Okay, we get where you stand, buddy. We get where you stand. Alrighty. Clank, clank. Anyways, so, yeah, this is all stuff that I built all by myself, and I am pretty proud of that. I was making this world where a whole bunch of kingdoms would be in it, like a whole bunch of kingdoms with multiple settlements and stuff like that. I actually wanted to scale out the world pretty large, so I'm definitely not going to be able to show you all everything. But I can show you around what I've built so far in this capital city for this one kingdom that I built. Which is supposed to be... It's kind of blending German-style culture with, like... very... Okay, that happened. With various other building styles that I decided to try out. Like, you could see some, like, maybe some slight American influence from colonial America. But anyways... So yeah, I've been fairly inactive over the past, well, basically the entire month of October thus far. I've been fairly inactive, except for my community posts, which I've been actually posting a lot. I don't know, life's been kinda fast recently. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork, so that's kind of made me tired. After I'm finished doing any homework I may have, I'm usually fairly tired. So it's kind of a bit slow actually getting the energy to make the movie, which is interesting. Yep. Sorry, yeah, guys, this video is not scripted in the slightest. So you're getting the full, unadulterated, real version of me right now. So, no Natsumi, no Fior, and no 5-year-old, okay? So yeah, this is literally just me. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I believe I should have the ability to interact freely with my fan base. Because I actually have a tiny little fan base now. Which is something that I basically never had. So I am very grateful for anyone who is both watching this video, especially those who watch this video, because it means that's how you know you got a true fan. You got a true fan when someone watches both your normal content and also your more unconventional, more real-life you content. Now, I've been taking a break during the movie. I haven't been really pushing myself to make it. And a lot of the first part of my break was spent making this city right here. And I showed you the inside of a few of the buildings while I was talking, like the Royal Castle over there. And also, here's the church. Again, I did this all by myself. Of course, pretty much everything on this channel is made by me. The ideas could come from somewhere else, but all the content itself, regarding like the posing and Gary's modded stuff, not including the music or the actual character identities themselves. Like, Luigi is not my character, although I did come up with my version of his personality. Same with the kimonos. The kimonos are not mine. They actually were a fan suggestion. But, yeah. A lot of this is a combined effort of ideas that I come up with and ideas that me, my fans, and my real-life friends come up with. Although I will leave them anonymous, they actually play a fairly big role on how I shape my channel. But yeah, life has certainly been... I can't really say it's been bad, But I've been kind of feeling the motions. I've been a little stressed out, a little lonely, little depressed. You know, it kind of happens to creators like these. It's kind of one of those things, but I have been able to do some good things, like playing Minecraft and building this city here, and I can take you out to go see the little farmhouses on the outskirts of the city, and there's a little fort up here. This fort doesn't really have anything special about it, although I think... Hold on, let me... Yeah, I spawned in 2 foxes over here. Like, oh, actually, oh yeah, I spawned in 2 foxes and then they had a baby. Because I was just idling around and I decided, you know what, why not? Let's have a little fox family up here. And then I decided later to build this fort, and now there's foxes roaming around the fort, which is kind of interesting. Interesting lore for this world. Anyways, I built these farmhouses on the outskirts of the city. And speaking of the movie, I have actually finally worked on the movie. Although I worked on the movie mostly only for 2 days throughout this entire break. Like, it usually doesn't actually take me that long to make fairly high quality videos. The main problem is getting the motivation to actually put in the effort to lock in. When I had basically spent most of my locked in energy actually doing my schoolwork, so that way I can make the very video that you are watching right now. Because it is a Friday and I am tired. I am tired. But, well, I'm still glad I still like making videos. It's just, compared to back when I was Buster Duck Productions, like, back in the day I had my old channel Buster Duck and my username is Buster Duck on here, so, yeah, shows a bit of my old legacy, and I still kind of call myself Buster Duck. I think Buster Duck's a better name for my self-insert Thomas character. Which, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, I just chose to be Thomas because I thought Dank Thomas was funny. Like, I like Thomas, like the franchise, I like Thomas and Friends, but I was only really interested in, like, the older ones from, like, the 80s and 90s when I was a kid, and some of the 2000s one. I didn't really get off to the later ones. I was more of a fan of the old ones. And it actually kind of built my style of, like, what type of vibes I like more. Like, I liked the value in children's content that didn't feel like it was talking down to you, but rather allowed you to explore this world in a way. And this is a good reason why I actually really respect old British kids shows. And I'm just going off on a tangent at this point. I'm just talking about whatever. But, yeah. I do like Thomas. I just don't watch. Like, I'm not like one of those people who watch Thomas. I do like it. I just would rather. I watch more like. I watch Gumball. Like, Amazing World of Gumball. That's one of my favorite shows. I also watch SpongeBob. I'm sure that's mostly everyone's favorite show. I like South Park. I like Family Guy. Yes, even new Family Guy. I will admit, new Family Guy is bit more lenient on the gags, but I actually like the gags. But I will say, hands down, I would say like season 1 through 7 or 8 of Family Guy was the golden age of the show, because that was both when the jokes and the stories were actually being mixed together. Because I like the cutaways. I actually do like the cutaways. But, yeah, the movie, I will actually be working on the movie at some point in the near future. I'm just trying to get this out because I actually really wanted to show you guys what's going on in my Minecraft thing. And if you guys have any questions for me, be it about the movie, videos, characters, or, I mean, anything really you want to ask me, then I guess, you know, feel free to comment. Like, I do like getting comments. Like, I've been getting comments a bit more, and sometimes it's felt a little much to handle at times, but I actually do really like getting comments. I like feeling recognized for my work, Because I've had times where I often just don't feel recognized. Yeah. Don't have the best self-esteem, but I've been getting more confident. I've been gaining confidence without becoming too egotistical. You know, you gotta have a balance. But, yeah, I'm in a very interesting situation as a creator. And honestly, I like the little fan base that I've built so far. I really do respect you guys. You guys really do mean a lot to me, just like my friends in real life who watch my videos. And I'm just glad people actually like watching my content. So the movie, I do plan for the movie to be a bit of a mix between comedy and story with some emotion. I've made 20 minutes of the movie so far, and already something unexpected happened in the movie. I'm not saying what, obviously, but I will say something unexpected did happen that you guys might be surprised it happened this early in the show. I'm going to be very vague in how I word that, but you guys will find out when the movie comes out. The movie's going really good so far in terms of quality. In terms of quality, the movie is great so far. The main thing is, how will I go on from here? How will I balance what I want for the movie? How much comedy do I want, and how much emotion slash story do I want? Do I want to make it like the Change special, or do I want to make it something else? I do know what the main villains in the movie will be, and all I will say, because I've actually teased this, so I can actually rightfully say this without it technically being spoilers, Dank Thomas and Pickle Dickle will be major villains in the movie, but they will not be... They will be, like, alongside the villains. There's going to be some plot twists in this movie. And I'm already planning them out in my head, but I don't want to tell you guys just yet, because I want you guys to find out for yourself when the movie comes out, so you guys can enjoy the movie to the best of abilities. But yeah, the movie's also going to have the kimonos, like besides Natsumi, of course. Like Ukami, Kirena, and Aki are going to officially join the cast and eventually move to Rearview. They'll be in Rearview by Season 4 at least. I'll have to determine how they will latch along to the groups, or how they will eventually settle in Rearview. But yeah, the movie's gonna have a lot of... Oh, and here's the castle over here that I built. I actually wanted to show you guys this. But yeah, there's a lot of plans that I have for the movie. A lot of plans. And honestly, I think the movie's going to be a fun time, and I really do think that you guys will hopefully, at least hopefully, enjoy it. I'm definitely going to put a lot of my effort into these. And one of the things I'm also trying to determine, and this is more of a recent thing, because I basically already talked about the movie. Long story short, I'm working on it, alright? I've been a little sluggish. Not working on it too diligently, but I've been facing some burnout, some stress, and maybe even some minor depression. But I still have faith that my channel will continue to produce good content. And one of the things that I've begun to consider, because I really do like the new characters that I've been adding, because back in the day, and I'm not sure, some of you may know this already, some of you may not, but back in the day I used to be kind of an anti-furry. Gee, look how that turned out. And the main thing that I'm wondering, and the main reason why I was an anti-furry was both because, number one, the radical sects of the community, like, you know, the ones who are involved in, like, political extremism, like members of Antifa. I still hate Antifa. I think Antifa is a lie. Antifa is a lie. They are communists. And I don't like communists, and I don't like fascists, so you guys kind of both suck. Anyways, the main thing, besides also that, was I also didn't want to be associated with them, which is kind of hypocritical, and I'm kind of owning up to my mistakes here. I'm actually doing this to own up to my mistakes. I genuinely feel bad for a lot of furries now, but back in the day, since I liked Animal Crossing, and I tried my best to separate myself from the furries as much as possible, despite pretty much... What? Oh, that's a zombie. Besides pretty much being one myself, even though I wasn't, like, chronic. I was kind of just, I liked the Animal Crossing characters. I wanted to portray the Animal Crossing characters. I sympathized with them. I thought they were cute, the whole deal. I just thought they were, like, innocent and cute. And that's pretty much it. And I didn't want to get judged for liking them. But as time went on, both as I've interacted with other people, and also as I've begun to realize things, I've begun to realize, wait a minute. What am I doing? I mean, yeah, sure, I can still make fun of people, but at the same time, I'm, like, actively targeting a group of people that I am literally a part of. I'm like Uncle Ruckus. You know what I mean? I'm like Uncle Ruckus. So, yeah, I'm honestly kind of just owning up to that at this point, because this video is kind of just my space to vent. So, good on anyone who actually made it this far into the video, because I'm kind of just venting at this point. But, yeah, honestly, I do actually feel bad for being kind of, I guess I can say, a stuck-up bastard. And the same thing, too, with the gays. Like, I don't like the LGBTQ movement, but I don't actually mind gay and trans people. That is the difference. I don't like the movement, but I don't actually mind people who are technically being, quote-unquote, represented by the movement. This is mostly a political thing, not a... Like, I don't mind if you're gay, honestly. I don't mind. I have friends in real life who are gay, so... Y'all are cool, alright? I have no problem with you. No problem whatsoever. I just have... I think my main thing is I was too umbrella-termed with a lot of these things. I thought... It's like thinking a certain group of people are like terrorists. Like, so, Arabs are terrorists. I mean, obviously that's not true, but it's like you're just stereotyping an entire group of people. It doesn't do you good. It makes you look stupid, and it makes them look like the bad guy. And honestly, I don't want to do that. I think that we should have the freedom to make fun of whoever we want, but at the same time, I think that we shouldn't be assholes about it. There should be a time when morals are being realized. I think that there is a certain level of morality that we should all uphold. And honestly, I think back then my morals were a little skewed, mostly out of the fear of judgment. I think that was my biggest fear. My fear was the fear of judgment, and also my dislike towards political extremism, because I've been into history for a long time, and once you get down into the history loophole, you're bound to fall into the political loophole. But I'm not here to lecture you about my political beliefs, because, honestly, it's not really relevant right now. And I don't really feel like doing that. I already do that enough, honestly. But my main thing is I believe that you should have the freedom to make fun of whoever you want, including me. And, I think that groups like that shouldn't be stereotyped in such a way to make them all look like the bad guy. There are some very wholesome people in pretty much every community. Unless you're a pedo. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what to talk about at this point, because I've kind of just been going on at a tangent. All I can really say is, remember to respect people, if possible, like, even if you disagree with them. I'm looking at you, fascists and commies. I don't like your ideology, but, I mean, we gotta learn some respect, some chivalry. But, yeah. I would talk more, but honestly, I think this video is getting long enough. I'm going to check how long it's been. It has been 19 minutes. Oh, I almost thought it was going to be 30 minutes, but it's actually not that bad. But I do, no matter who you are in the fan base, especially if you watched this far, I hope you guys heard everything that I said and didn't click out. I really do respect you for anyone who stayed and didn't skip ahead. I really do respect you, each and every person who's gotten to this point in the video. You are a true fan, and honestly, it is very humbling. So thank you very much for sticking with me and listening to me vent. And if you want to leave a comment, ask me a question, or have a conversation, then feel free to do so. I will pretty shortly get back to making the movie. And, oh, and I just want to say one more thing. Just one more quick little thing. I also brought up the furry thing because I've been adding a lot of furry characters in my videos, and I also want to keep a balance between my furry characters and my normal characters, in a sense, like Luigi, Fat 5-year-old, Uncle Grandpa, like the more humanoid characters. My main thing is I also wanted to keep balance. That was one of the things that, way back in the day, I was also kinda set on, is I didn't want my entire channel to be overtaken by these characters and have them be everyone. And I actually understand that. Now, I really do like the furry characters. I like the kimonos, especially.
They're kinda hot though.
But, yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think the main justifiable thing is you gotta make these characters worth the stay. You gotta make them interesting, or at least make them likable. Make them likable on screen, and try not to make them too Mary Sue. That has been a problem that I used to have with a lot of my female characters back in the old days on my old channel, and even earlier on in the Life of Idiots back in Season 1. I had a problem where a lot of my female characters were a bit too Mary Sue. And this does happen sometimes, even nowadays, but I've been trying to kind of fix it and make the characters have a bit more nuance. Like Natsumi, she's the more shy, reserved one, but even I still have her have goofy moments because I want to show that she is, even though she technically isn't, at least mentally she is a human, and she does have nuance to her character. She's an individual. She's not an object, she's an individual. Just like how Luigi's an individual, and just how the spawn of Satan Fat 5-year-old is an individual. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you have any questions, and I will probably make more videos to elaborate on what I've said here, so just ask me for any clarification you need, and I will answer you probably in a more thorough way than I've said in this video, although I will have to rewatch this video to see if I agree or disagree with any of the points I have stated. But anyways, I do genuinely appreciate anyone who's made it to the video thus far. And thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and the movie will be finished at some point, probably next month. Fingers crossed. Thank you.